This video brought to you by our Patreons. Please consider supporting this channel and joining our Patreons at patreon.com/NovaWing24.
Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for your simulation release news and goings on from the week that was. So here we are on Valentine's Day 2021. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I hope it has been a wonderful and loving day for everybody, no matter where you are in the world. And I hope that you've been able to share the love, or whatever that may look like for you, with those dearest to you throughout the day today. Right, moving straight along to the releases for the week. This week's getting started with the Sim of the Hour Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's jump in with releases from Latin VFR of their release of their edition of Madrid Baja International Airport for MSFS. So this one is it is a partial port from their previous product for the legacy ESP Sims. However, they have gone to town, like literally gone to town, by actually making sure that not only did they have they brought it across the right way by including updated models. They've also modelled and done a lot of work increasing their rendition of this nearby city as well. So you're getting more of the approach experience as well as the airport itself. Otherwise, it's pretty much standard fare from these guys. Highly detailed rendition of the airport. Still, as I said, the airport layout still the legacy one, so still talking early 2020 for this one. But it has had full PBR makeover, including PBR ground markings and textures, and updated textures and modeling of all the airport updated texturing for the buildings and not updated modeling. Otherwise, does also includes runway undulations as well, and includes accurate airport elevation, along with dozens of Madrid city landmarks, including a variety of points of interest, including monuments, palaces, stadiums, and high-rise buildings are all included as well. Interesting to note that if you are a owner of the previous ESP release of this one, there is a discount available for you as well when you purchase via Latin VFR stores. And if you are looking at picking it up, you're looking at paying $18 US or your regional equivalent, available now from Latin VFR. Continuing on with scenery releases, quite a few this week actually, if I'm honest. Moving on to the French coast with their release from Demos Incorporated of their rendition of Nice Côte d'Azur International Airport for this one. Not a lot of description for this one, but looking at the screenshots that come through, looks like it's an accurate layout. I'm going to speculate and say 2020. Buildings definitely are better and more accurate than the ones that ship with the default sim, and overall ground markings, ground poly looks pretty good as well. So this one's coming in for a reasonable price, coming in at $16 US or your original equivalent, available now from your favorite flight sim from Sim Market. Moving on with another scenery release, this time from developer Scenery Creation of their rendition of Kaluga International Airport, funny enough, from the city of Kaluga in Russia. So again, not a lot of information about this one, but looking over the imagery and the released content for this one, looks to be a pretty detailed airport release. This one, including highly detailed buildings, highly detailed and accurate buildings throughout the airport and the terminal areas. Also, a lot of work has gotten into detailing the terminal interiors, which I have mixed feelings about. Like I said, I think it's great that the developers gone to that level of detail. However, there is a lot more that's being done with the parallax sort of, forks internals that I think could be gives us better performance dividends. So I think maybe the developers should probably look at that. But otherwise, and it's still highly detailed interior as well as exteriors as well, and reasonably price accurate airport layout. I'm guessing, as I said, it doesn't tell you a lot here. I'm going to speculate for the single runway ops, probably laying out around about 2020, but not 100% sure. So that one, but coming in for a reasonable price, coming in at $12 US or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. On to the next scenery release, this time from developer Flying D, with their release of their rendition of Frankfurt Elsbach Airport, and they're calling it with a tagline, "The Airport for the Rich and Famous." So basically, it's a GA airport that does have a customs terminal there. become very popular with a private charter aircraft coming in on international legs and international routes since NetJets and another private jet firm purchased a stake in the airport in the early 2000s. So essentially, it's smaller ops, doesn't do a great deal in terms of commercial ops, but if you're into the biz jets or GA aviation, then this is probably going to be an airport that you might be interested in for this one. So this is a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears in 2020, including some very interesting approaches. So if only just so even if you don't get the airport, just knowing this airport exists, going for some of the approaches, and that's probably what I really like about this add-on is that they've modelled the ground clutter and some very important ground features that very much play into the approach. For example, one of the approaches, you have to do a 90-degree 9-degree turn into final to avoid Frankfurt International airspace, but also you have to be careful because there are high capacity power lines that are very close to your altitude, your pattern altitude. You have to be careful of as you're coming into final there. So and all that's documented in the add-on as well, so looking pretty cool. So this one's coming in for $18 US. Maybe a little pricey, I think, for this one, but otherwise $18 or your original equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Continuing on with scenery releases, and this one a little bit more than just an airport from developer D-Sky. Saw their release of Grenadines Islands Volume 1, which is obviously hinting that there's going to be more volumes of this one. So developer D-Sky has come and released what I'll be honest, when I saw this product was out, I was expecting this to come out from FSDG because they've already covered the St. Vincent's and the Grenadines before. But no, this is the developer D-Sky, and this is their rendition of Union Airport and Lauriston Airport on the island of Union Island and Caracal in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So this is a highly detailed rendition of the airports, of both of those airports as they appear in 2020, including high-resolution buildings, high-resolution textures on all the buildings with clutter objects and full set of PVR across all of them. Great performance and full supporting night lighting as well. Custom ortho imagery for the island and for the islands are included as well with custom terrain mesh. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck with this one as well, coming in at $13 or regional equivalent, available now from Aerosoft. Continuing on with another scenery releases this week, saw the release from developer LN Design of their rendition of Blackbush Airport, or formerly known as RAF Hertford Bridge, in the UK. So this one is a GA airport, but with some very interesting history to it in terms of aviation history, with the FIDO, or Fog Investigation and Dispersal Operation System. It's one of the first airports to ever actually have that installed during the Second World War, which read up on it if you're ever interested in this fascinating, terribly not very pollution friendly, environmentally friendly, but a fascinating piece of technology nevertheless. So this is a highly detailed rendition of the airport as it appears at the end of 2020, including accurately modelled and actually textured buildings across from support from on-site references. Includes accurate layout and custom satellite imagery and aerial imagery tweaked to provide the current absolute layout as well. Also has updated nav aids as well, including corrected puppy lights for the glide slope and a variety of other custom VFR surrounding points of interest included as well. And this one's coming in for $12 or your regional equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Continuing on with scenery releases from developer Terrania Studios. So they released this week of their rendition of Ikara Airport in Greece. So this gives a highly popular Greek airport, primarily VFR. So there's only VFR operations, including airline operations. So no instrument approaches for you on this one. You're going to have to hand fly your big tube liner all the way down to land on this one for this beautiful Greek island in the North Aegean Sea. Funnily enough, the island of Icarus gets its name from that is also apparently so the island of Ikara is also known as apparently the island where Icarus flew over this island before his wings melted and he crashed into the sea. So there you go, a little random piece of Greek history for you. So this gives a highly detailed, accurate airport modelling included as the airport is laid out during 2020. including custom undulated accurate runway sloping as well, including a variety of high-resolution textures and with full use of PBR throughout the airport buildings and airport textures as well, with a variety of custom terrain mesh for the airport and custom ground clutter, as well as not only have they modeled the airport, but they've also modeled custom buildings and landmarks around the entire island, including customized hand-placed villages of Fanari and Agos Kyrikos, and the custom handmade ports, custom ports are made for Agios Kyrikos, Ivdilos, and Agios Kyrikos Marina included as well. So a lot of bang for your buck, and coming in very affordable as well. This one coming in for $10 or your regional equivalent, available now from Sim Markets. Continue on with the releases from developer, this time from developer Perfect Soft Studio, with their release of their rendition of Bourafa International Airport in Morocco. This one's a very basic scenery, this one. I mean, there's not much to it. I mean, to be honest, there's not much to the airport IRL either, so, you know, fair enough. But it's an accurate rendition of Bourafa International Airport, including custom PBR materials throughout the entire airport, custom 3D objects and 3D buildings for the airport as well. Nothing for the surrounding area, just the airport itself, coming in for $10 or your regional equivalent, available now from your favorite flight sim retailer. Continuing on with releases, this time a couple of releases from developer Flight Sim Center. Saw this week the release of their rendition of Stad Airfield in Germany, and also saw the release of Borglanda Airfield on the island of Åland. Also released as well. These are both small GA gliding airfields. Not really much to them. This is the developer's sort of first foray into content creation, from what I can tell. Got customized buildings, customized airport layout. It doesn't look like it just looks like it includes the default terrain imagery that's included from the sim. But it does overhaul the buildings and give you better, accurate buildings and accurate textures as well. And considering that they each come in at $6, can't really go wrong with either of those. I do apologize. There's actually 3 releases from this developer this week, all priced the same, all priced at about $6. And the third release is for Lundberg Airfield in Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. Same deal, reuses the default satellite imagery from Microsoft, just updates the buildings layouts and also adds in custom buildings for each airport as well. So coming in for $6 each. Keep on with seeing releases from developer FSWS Sceneries. Saw the release of their rendition of Custer County Airport, located in the heart of the Black Hills. So GA Airport in the US, which was this apparently has been developed in collaboration with developer DC Scenery Design, which I haven't seen yet this year, which is a very prolific developer. Very much shares a lot in common with DC Scenery Design. Airports where it gives you accurate airport layouts, buildings, combination of sort of generic and customized buildings with some custom textures on them. But this one probably will serve as a good kicking off point if you're going to have a look at Mount Rushmore or explore anywhere in the Rocky Mountains. So overall, looking pretty good, this one. Coming in at $10 or your regional equivalent, available now from your favorite fronts from Sim Market. Continuing on with releases, this time from developer Tabaret. I saw the release this week of their rendition of the Hoco Mole Aero Club in Argentina. Again, not a lot of information. This one, this looks like a couple of hangout of a basic GA grass strip. This one, interesting. I couldn't verify a Twin Otter that actually operates out of there, but there is a static Twin Otter that is included with the scenery here. The buildings look pretty good. So again, it goes a lot with a lot of Tabaret's other airfields that they produce. They're focusing on sort of GA airports and going for some great scenery, scenery exploration launching pads. And this one is no exception and looks pretty good for this one. Coming in at $15 or your regional equivalent, available now from Sim Market. Continuing on with the release of a slightly different nature for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So the release from a new developer, Derek. I don't know whether it's a developer or a guy or a girl, I don't know. But anyway, publisher is Derek. So this is the Bush Trips Baltic Sea Tour for Microsoft Flight Simulator. kind of interesting, this one. So this is I've just been discovering. I've just been getting into bush trips myself over on my Twitch channel, and so this one really perked my interest. But I the lack of information has got me a little concerned about it. So this includes this is a bush excuse me, this is a bush trip for 53 legs, covering the entire Baltic Baltic perimeter, starting and ending in Germany and going all the way through the Baltic coast, along Sweden, Latvian, Estonian and Polish coastlines. So you cover a lot of ground in this, but I'm not sure how it is. Like the promo image is literally just a map of the Baltic showing a point to point, a bunch of point to point lines. Now it puts you in the Cessna 152, so you don't have a GPS for this. By the way, you don't have one. You don't even have an autopilot. So it is going to be visual navigation for you, and perhaps radio nav. So that aircraft lends itself very much to bush trips. But it's very interesting that it. But I just look at this and go, it's just these direct points in the promo image, and I'm like, is it going to be like that in the sim, or is it going to be more like what I've found the bush trips to be? Going, okay, so go for so many minutes, so many miles, in this direction, look for this landmark, and then turn this direction and stuff like that. So I don't know. I want this to be a success because I'm loving bush trips, and I think it's a great way to be able to do it, and it's very, very affordable as well. So, okay, so I think for considering you get the developer estimates over 24 hours of flight time, covering over 2,000 nautical miles across 53 legs, including 11 countries are visited as well. It's coming in at for $10. It's not a bad deal. But as I said, I'm just wondering, is it just a bunch of, have they used the perfect flight model and just slapped in a point-to-point flight plan and not given you any information along the way, or have they done a true bush trip style, give you some waypoints, and this is just the promo, which is a very bad promo map snapped out of Little Nav Map? I'm not sure. I don't have it. If you've picked this up, please let me know in the comments down below, or maybe if the developer can maybe update their content and put some more screenshots in of what it looks like in the bush trip menu and stuff like that would be great. Anyway, if you want to pick it up, $10, available for Sim Market, available now. Continuing on with releases, the Orbix have released their latest Landmarks pack. We're releasing their Landmarks Singapore City pack, which has been talked about for quite a number of months now. So this pack gives 20 high-detail custom landmarks, including Supertree Grove, Helix Bridge, Marina One, Fullerton Hotel, and the Supreme Court buildings, with 109 medium-detail custom landmarks included as well. So 20 hero assets and 109 medium details as well. It includes extensive transformation across a variety of other buildings with custom lighting included as well, along with a highly detailed Singapore cable car animation is also included as well, which is kind of cool. And probably my favorite thing I love about this is a unique laser light show on the Marina Bay Sands Hotel between 7 p.m. and midnight, which actually happens in real life, and I'm like, that is so cool that they found a way to model it in the sim, especially because we know that the effects system is still being developed at the moment. So that's really cool. I'm really looking forward to checking that out. As well as enhancing these major landmarks in the city, also includes enhancements to the harbour, port, and industrial areas between Jurong Island and Changi Airport included as well. And this one's coming in for about $10 US or regional equivalent, available now from Orbix. Continuing on with another release, and this one's another sort of add-on release. This comes from developer Seafront Simulations, has released their Vessels Channel Islands for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, it's funny enough, it does exactly what it says on the tin. It adds in a variety of models of different watercraft, both animated and fixed, and moored. In fact, there's over 3,000 vessels are actually included with this pack, that populate more than 10 marinas and coastlines across 5 different islands in the Channel Islands. Many of these models include full PBR texturing as well, full support for night lighting as well as I said, as well as static boats. There are also animated ships, motorboats, and yachts throughout here as well. And this has also been released for free, which I think is pretty damn amazing. So I'm really looking forward to giving this one a try. So this one's been released from Seafront Simulations via Orbix Direct, as I said, but it is released for free, and looking pretty damn amazing if you are flying around the Channel Islands of Alderney, Guernsey, and Jersey as well. So keep an eye out for this one, available now. Continuing on with scenery releases, with developer Giovetsky Designs releasing their Narita International Airport port for Microsoft Flight Simulator. So look, this is a straight port of their prepared X-Plane 11 version. It's a straight port. There's no updates to this. So don't get me wrong, I love Giovetsky Design stuff. I think it's incredibly detailed. He does amazing work. But I know it always has a performance hit on the legacy sims, and I just don't know how much has been overhauled and updated for the new sim. The one thing it doesn't acknowledge that they have updated the texturing, including support for PBR materials as well, and updated night texturing and dynamic lighting included as well. But a lot of that was also included with the prepared V4 V5 update not so long ago as well. So yeah. It'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to check it out. But as I said, I mean, I may be wrong. I may be wrong. But looking at it, it looks like it's a straight port. It's almost a straight port. So your mileage may vary. Otherwise, as I said, this one is coming in for $25 or your original equivalent, available from your favorite flight sim retailer. Continuing, speaking of port overs, so developer Virtual Design 3D has ported over their rendition of Santiago City in Chile with their previously released scenery pack for X-Plane 11. They have now brought it over into the new world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. This release includes over 100 major buildings, iconic buildings of the city of Santiago, with many of them including their helipads as well. So we actually have hard surface helipads on many buildings here. We just need Asobo to hurry up and finish helicopters. So Asobo, can you get on that, please? That'd be awesome. Thanks. Anyway, again, this is a port over. So your mileage may vary of some of the buildings. Some of them look good. Some of them do not, is the bottom line for this one. So a bit of a mixed bag, this one. I think possibly this possibly could have done with a bit more time in the oven before, and maybe sort of getting it close to when the helicopters get released. But still, it's good to see the people coming across and experimenting. So looking at $15 or your original equivalent, available from Sim Market. In another, this one is a straight port. They didn't even bother trying to hide this. So this is FSX scenery again, with Rickenbacker International Airport. Straight port over from their FSX version. No discount. Moving on. Next. All right, rounding out the MSF releases. Yes, okay. I thought long and hard about whether I was going to actually talk about this or not, because this developer is a thief. Okay. This is the Boeing 737 MAX model released from Bredock. What I just can't. Okay, so he's, as well as the Typhoon fiasco, he has now brought a 737 MAX to the sim and is charging $25 for it. To his credit, he hasn't got a missile facing the wrong way this time. That's a good start. The external 3D model, I mean, it looks okay. Color doesn't look right on his textures, but you know, cockpit looks atrocious. What's interesting is that this developer has got this developer is just I can't with this guy. I can't. If you buy it, good luck to you. I wish you all the best. I would not, personally, I will not be supporting a developer that is actively producing such low quality content. Doesn't even bother trying to program anything. Like, okay, I get it that it's not supposed to be study level. I get it. That's fine. I'm not after a study level experience. But with, again, a cockpit that looks like it's made in Minecraft, and not even bothering to try and make systems that approximate 737, and just lifting the stuff out of the 747-8 and the 787. Like, to be fair, at least this time, this aircraft actually has an FMC, unlike the Eurofighter, which doesn't have an FMC in IRL, yet apparently, according to his rendition, it does. So, I give him that. But yeah. Also, by the way, just for funsies, he couldn't even be bothered licensing a proper sound set. So it actually aliases the sounds from the default 747-8i. Like, it's such a joke. Like, this is such a joke. Like, it is an absolute joke, this release. It is such a joke, and it's like, yeah, you know what? No, just don't. It is just pathetic. It really is. Anyway, if you choose to throw your money away, $25. And that's that. Moving on. Okay, moving on to the world of the legacy ESP sims, starting with developer VietSim Scenery, with 2 releases from them this week for the gamut of ESP sims for FSX and Prepared in all their forms. First release saw the release of Luang Prabang International Airport, which is an airport in Laos. So this is a rendition of the airport. Updates, so it's a layout of the airport as it looks in 2020. All the buildings there, the photo reel looks terrible. Models aren't great, but to be fair, the price tag acknowledges that as well. So it's $6. So considering that it gives you updated navigation aids to reflect their current status, updated taxiway layouts. The ground poly of the taxiways doesn't look that bad. It's just a photo reel that it sits on is kind of like sets it off and just doesn't look right. The terminal building could be better, but there you go. Anyway, but yeah, it does, as I said, it has photo reel for the surrounding area. It's not the most accurate, and it didn't do anything outside of the airside area. Alright, so this is coming in, as I said, for $6 for this one. In the other release from VietSim Scenery was the release of Phu Quoc International Airport. So again, this one is the airport as it's laid out in 2020, including updated terminal buildings and terminal building layout. Includes some basic photo reel, not the greatest, but it's still there. Again, exact same thing as I just said before. The ground textures for the taxiways and the runways are not bad. Buildings are accurate. Look actually fairly accurately modeled, including the airport names, all that kind of stuff there. That's great. Giant Vietnamese flag, which is kind of cool. But just the non-taxiway and the non-airside stuff is kind of part of what lets it down with this one. But again, updates nav aids, updates everything else as well. Also adds gate parking as well. So this is all coming in, and for $6 for an airport that is forgotten by the rest of the flight simming community. Okay, fair enough. Okay, moving on to the other release for the Prepared world this week was from developer Vcant, and this one's a bit weird. Okay, so I'm not going to lie, I had to struggle to get my head around this. Okay, so this is VDGS profiles for Africa Pack 1. So this is the part that got me confused, right? So this is an add-on for an add-on for the sim. Okay, so this requires you to have the SODE visual docking guidance system pack from developer 12B. You have to have that pack. What this then does is this then adds in VDGS profiles for 7 airports in the African region, including the FSDGs Cape Town, Durban, Mauritius, Mayotte, Nairobi, Reunion, and South World Scenes Ibato. It adds in the correct locations for the VDGS system, and the different mooring systems all down there as well. But it doesn't actually include the VDGS system because that's part of the other DLC. So I've got mixed questions and mixed feelings about the fact that the developer is charging $10 for this, for literally a text file. So I said, it doesn't interest me because I don't fly tube liners, so this has zero interest to me. For those of you who do, I don't know. Let me know if this is important or not. What you think of the pricing, because I'm looking at that for a text file that you probably could have got away with yourself. I don't know. Anyway, available now from Sim Market. Moving out of the ESP world, moving into the world of X-Plane, saw the release of a few things this week. First one from developer Simulations, with their release of Gstaad Saanen Airport in the Swiss Alps. This is a highly detailed GA and helicopter airport servicing the Alpine region of Switzerland, including a highly accurate airport layout as it appears in 2020. With a lot of helicopter pads there. So for you helicopter aficionados, it is going to be the thing for you, as is definitely going to be something for you to look at. This is airport textures looking good. Custom buildings for not only the airport but also the surrounding town are included as well. This one's coming in for $15 or original equivalent from your favorite flight sim retailer. Continuing on with city releases for X-Plane 11 with developer Origami Studios releasing their rendition of Gatwick International in the UK. So Gatwick being the UK's second busiest airport. So this is an up-to-date, so this is a 2020 layout of the airport, including the updates of North and South Terminal with a Pier 6 extension for the A380, and as well as the large Boeing maintenance hangar located just west of the tower. So this includes custom color corrected ortho imagery for the airport and surrounding area, as well as all airport buildings modeled in high definition with full support for PBR texturing as well. Custom SAM jetways and custom safe gates based off published data included as well. Includes animated air stairs and full support for a variety of traffic plugins, including Just Flight's Traffic Global as well. So this one's coming in for $30 or your original equivalent, available from the AnyBuilds store. And another scenery release for the Explainer World developer, the charity scenery project, which we haven't heard from for quite a while, has come out with their rendition of Husband's Bosworth, which was originally a Royal Air Force station, but is now a helicopter and GA airfield, supporting operations for the East Midlands Air Support Unit as part of police operations for that area. So this is a highly detailed scenery for coming in. So with all airport buildings modelled and a fully functional helipad, so fully modelled helipad, as well as the runway for gliding and GA ops as well. Now, this one, as I said, is a charity project, so it is coming in for £1, or you can choose your own amount that you'd like to pay, and all proceeds go to the London Air Ambulance to support their vital services as well. So a great way to see the flight simulation community supporting wonderful causes in the real world. Continuing on with scenery releases from developer Frank Denisi, saw his latest epic release of Machu Picchu National Park in Ultra HD. So from his famed work of portraying many mountain ranges around the world, this latest mountain range of the Machu Picchu National Park includes, as well as not only does include the mountains, it also includes the main village, August Calentines. It also includes the high detailed rendition of all the archaeological site of Machu Picchu included as well. So it includes a custom high resolution of ortho imagery of the area. All the vegetation has been mapped and reproduced in 3D as well. Includes one grass runway at the town of Estereza, as well as 3 heliports at a variety of tourist sites and the archaeological dig site as well. So this highly detailed render is looking amazing, coming in for $23 or your original equivalent, available now from xplane.org. And rounding out the X-Plane releases this week from developer NK Design, saw their release of their rendition of the Cessna 140, which is a It's an older Cessna. It's an older Cessna, but it checks out. So this is a tail dragger from the 1940s. I mean, the post-war era, as sort of aviation was sort of definitely out being seen as having a bit of a boom. So it was first produced in 1946 and would go on as but would be produced well into throughout the 1940s and into the 1950s. This is a high-resolution, highly detailed 3D representation of the Cessna 140, including custom high-quality 3D models internally and externally, with use of 4K textures throughout, as well as full support for PBR material and the rendering as well. Includes a custom 3D F-mod soundscape, a complete pack, including authentic recordings of the Continental O200 engine that powers this aircraft, and full support for a variety of custom visual animation changes, including fairings, chocks, and even a working action camera if you desire as well. So this is a highly detailed model coming in for $20 or original equivalent, available now from explain.org. Moving out of the flight simulation world, moving into the world of the permanent way. So this week, a couple of releases for Train Simulator. The first one being the Bahnstrecke Riesa to Dresden route in Germany of Deutsche Bahnhof. So this route includes 55 kilometers of route from Dresden to Riesa via Coswig. Includes 7 highly detailed career scenarios along this track, with 18 detailed train stations as well, with variety of line-side industry, including docks, chemical sidings, and industrial parks as well. As well as the main 55-kilometer track, it also includes a 23-kilometer spur line for fast lines of ice and freight services as well. Includes a couple of several different trains as well. Includes a Deutsche Bahnhof 146, 146.2, 101, 189, and 442, all in Deutsche Bahnhof livery, as well as a variety of rolling stock for both custom passenger and freight stock as well as 7 custom career scenarios included as well. This one's coming in for $36 or original equivalent, available now from Steam. In the other Train Simulator release this week, saw the release of the CSX Scenario Pack, with the release of 10 different scenarios across a variety of CSX trains' different operations. This pack gives you different challenges across the CSX Railroad's unique and distinctive SD40-3, EMD GP40-2, and the Dash 840 CW, with these 10 different scenarios, doing a variety of different haulings across various parts of America. Again, like a lot of these scenario packs, you will require a variety of different other add-ons to make full use of the scenario. Please check those out on the page there. You can pick this set up for $9 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Moving out of the permanent way and moving on to the asphalt with Tourist Bus Simulator Tourist Bus Simulator. Well, actually, TML Studios releasing both for Tourist Bus Simulator and for Fern Bus Simulator their rendition of the VDL Futura FDD2. So this gives a couple of different variants, 2 different variants of the FDD2 as fully licensed from VDL. So you get the 131 and the 141 variant of these double-decker buses are included. Includes optional mirror cameras, monitor systems or regular mirrors, and optional rim or hubcaps included as well, with a highly detailed interior and a walk-in interior for both levels, 12-gear automatic transmission, cruise control, and retarder with reactive displays, and a variety of other scenario content as well. If you pick it up for one, you get it automatically for the other sim as well. You get 2 for the one, so you get you'll buy the DLC once, but you get it for both Fern Bus and Tourist Bus Sim, and you pick this up for $15 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. Sticking with the asphalt and moving into the world of Euro Truck Simulator 2, saw the release of their Lunar New Year pack to celebrate the Lunar New Year, with 12 different new paint designs for your variety of different trucks are available for you now. Coming in for the standard price for you guys, $2. So pretty good deal. 12 skins for $2. Not bad. Available now from Steam. And moving into the world of the racing on the asphalt, with the Assetto Corsa Competition released their latest piece of DLC of the British GT pack. So this gives 3 new championship circuits, including the Donington Park circuit, the Alton Park circuit, and the Stetton circuit included as well, along with 40 new liveries and 70 drivers from the 2019 season are included for all gameplay modes as well. So you can come and pick this one up for $13 or your regional equivalent, available now on Steam. And moving out of the asphalt, moving into space to round out the NovaWrap for this week. I saw the release this week of Earth Analog. So this is kind of interesting, this at the moment. Although it is a full release, I'll be honest, it kind of looks like it should be early access. So this is I feel that this is very much in the vein of No Man's Sky. It's taken a very sort of lower graphic fidelity option, but it puts you at the helm of an exploration and ship on the far side of the galaxy, where you have to follow a bit of a story trying to find a new home for the human race. It supports full ray tracing though, so it looks interesting. You've got a variety of different mini options, so it is about flying both through space, flying into atmosphere, scanning, searching planets, but also following this unfolding mystery that they sort of keep very, very secretive here. Combination of pre-generated and procedurally generated worlds are done throughout this as well, throughout this just to support you for the journey, and it's a vast universe to explore, complete with atmospheric and Newtonian flight models as well. So, by the way, on that note, I see the biggest complaint so far of this one, which is kind of hilarious. People are complaining about the flight dynamics of a fictional space game. Can we just take a moment to just look at the bullshit that is that complaint? Anyway, turns out from reading through all of these reviews, what it is that people aren't understanding basically Newtonian physics. If you're accelerating in space, you also need to decelerate, which means you need to turn your thrusters the other way around to take your speed off. Like, just Newtonian physics works that way, okay? Anyway, moving on. Full HOTAS support, full ray tracing support as well. But apparently it is a bit of a system hog, so buyer beware for this one. If you wanted to add this one to your collection, you can pick this one up for $20 or your original equivalent, available now on Steam. And with that rounds out the NovaWrap for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. Don't forget, as always, to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying these videos and want to see more. And of course, as always, you can catch up with me and all the things I'm up to between videos by finding me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright folks, thanks very much for watching. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.